What happens when racists scorn a black nurse for saving lives? They thought Rose was a pushover, but her fight left them stunned. Join us by subscribing to hear powerful stories of justice and triumph. I was saving lives, but they hated me for it. I'm Rose Williams, 54, a nurse with 20 years in the game, standing in the ICU on a sweltering July night. My crisp blue scrubs, smelling of antiseptic, are my armor. I'm adjusting the 4 for Mr. Jones, an elderly patient fresh off a heart attack, when he opens his eyes and whispers, "Thank you, Rose. You're an angel." His words hit like a cool breeze in a desert. I smile, fixing his pillow. "Just doing my job, Mr. Jones." He grabs my hand, trembling. "You're more than a job. You saved me." I step out, heart warm, feeling like I've done something right. Mr. Jones sees me, not just a black woman in scrubs. But the hospital corridor, reeking of bleach and vending machine coffee, has other plans. I enter Mr. Klein's room, a white guy in his 60s with a broken leg, TV blaring news. I'm there to change his bandage, but his eyes turn to ice. "I don't want you touching me," he snaps, pushing my hand away. I freeze, needle shaking. "Excuse me?" I say, voice steady but boiling inside. He sneers, "You heard me. I don't trust people like you. Get another nurse. People like you." Those words slap hard. I've heard them my whole life: stores, streets, this damn hospital. I want to tell him I was up all night saving his leg, but I say, "I'll get the doctor." I walk out, his words burning my back, whispers from other patients and nurses trailing me. Phones are out, filming, waiting for drama. This ain't just Klein. It's bigger. I'm Rose, the lifesaver, but to them, I'm just that kind. And I know this is only the start. Asterisk what happened next flipped everything. You won't want to miss how it went down, asterisk. I'm in the break room, Klein's words like a splinter under my skin. My coffee's cold, bitter as my mood. Me, Rose Williams, who's revived hearts and bandaged wounds, suddenly untrustworthy. This ain't about one patient. It's about keeping me in my place. I grip Tom's old bracelet on my wrist, my late husband's voice in my head, "Rose, you're stronger than they know." Next morning, I'm back at the hospital, refusing to let Klein win. The corridors feel heavier, like a storm's coming. I'm checking shift schedules when Miss Linda, a black orderly in her 60s with eyes that've seen it all, pulls me aside. "Rose, heard about Klein," she whispers. "Watch your back. He's not alone." Her words sink deep. Linda's been here forever, once suspended for rudeness, when she stood up to a patient. "They think I'll fold, Linda," I say, sarcasm sharp. "But I ain't built like that." She nods, her smile grim. "I know, sister. But they play dirty." I head to Klein's room to check his vitals. He starts again, "I told you, I don't want you. Where's a real nurse?" My blood boils, but I keep it cool. "I'm real, Mr. Klein. Here to help." His wife, sitting nearby, chimes in, "We just want better care." Better? I want to scream I saved his leg, but I say, "I'll get someone." In the hall, I catch Dr. Martin, our head surgeon, a white guy with a smug grin, whispering with Klein. Their eyes hit me like daggers. This ain't just a patient, it's a setup. After my shift, Miss Davis, the head nurse, a white woman with a face like a strict principal, calls me in. Her office smells of paper and sanitizer. "Rose, we got a complaint from Mr. Klein," she says. "He claims you were rude and unprofessional." I nearly laugh. Rude? He refused my care because I'm black, I say, voice steady. That's rude now? Her lips tighten. This is a warning, Rose. Watch your behavior. I walk out, fists clenched, knowing this is bigger than me. Asterisk, this was just the warm-up. Stick around for the fire that came next, asterisk. I'm home, staring at Tom's photo on the mantel, his smile my lifeline. He's been gone 4 years, but his voice echoes, "Rose, you're tougher than their hate." We faced hell together, turned away from a hotel on our honeymoon, told, "No rooms," while white folks checked in. Tom held me as I cried, saying, "They're scared of you, baby." Now, alone, I feel those cracks widening. I'm no superhero, just a woman, and this hospital fight's breaking me down. Next day, I'm back, determined not to buckle. The corridors are tense, nurses whispering, avoiding my eyes. Even Miss Karen, who used to share coffee, buries her face in her phone. Klein's poison spreading. In his room, I check his chart, and he starts again. "I said I don't want you. You deaf or what?" His wife adds, "We need to feel safe." Safe? I want to yell I kept him alive, but I say, "Doctor's coming." Linda catches me in the break room. "Rose, heard Klein's complaining to Martin. They're building a case." I nod, rage mixing with helplessness. A case? For doing my job. Let M try. During lunch, I overhear Nurse Susan, a white coworker with a fake smile, whispering, "Rose made a scene with Klein again. Too sensitive." Scene. I want to confront her, but I know it's a trap. After my shift, Davis calls me in, handing me a second warning. "Rose, another complaint from Klein. One more, and we're talking termination." The paper feels like a brick. Complaint? I snap. For being black? She frowns. For unprofessionalism. Control yourself. I leave, the ground shaking beneath me. This ain't a hospital. It's a machine, and I'm its target. Asterisk, this was the line in the sand. You gotta see what I did next, asterisk. Morning after the second warning feels like waking up in a cage. I slip on Tom's bracelet, his voice steadying me. "Don't let M break you, Rose." I head to work, ready to fight, but the hospital's a battlefield. Colleagues dodge my gaze, even Dr. Paul, who used to joke with me, pretends his charts are fascinating. Davis has marked me as trouble. I'm tending a patient in room 305 when I hear whispers outside. Susan's telling someone, "Rose is too emotional for this job." Emotional? I want to storm out and set her straight, but I hold back. I know they're watching. At lunch, Dr. Martin calls me to his office, his smug grin like a knife. "Rose, Klein filed another complaint," he says. "You're ignoring his requests." My blood boils. Ignoring? I say, sarcasm thick. I saved his leg while he slept. That's ignoring? He leans back. You're crossing lines. I'm recommending suspension. Suspension? I want to call out his bias, but I say, "You know why he's complaining, Martin." Say it. He looks away, silent. I leave, heart pounding. This ain't about care, it's about my skin. After my shift, I find Linda in the hall. "Rose, Martin's covering for Klein," she says. "They want you out." I nod, gripping Tom's bracelet. "They're in for a surprise," I say, voice low. "This is war, and I'm not backing down." Asterisk, this was just the start. Stay for the explosion that followed, asterisk. I wake up feeling like I'm suiting up for battle. Tom's photo gives me fire, but fear creeps in. I adjust my hair, pulling it into a tight bun, and head to the hospital. Linda meets me in the corridor, eyes blazing. "Rose, heard about the suspension talk." "That's garbage. We've got you." Her words are armor. "They think I'll break, Linda," I say, smirking. "They don't know me." In the break room, Miss Elsie, a black janitor in her 50s, pulls me aside. "Rose, I've seen Klein and others trash black nurses for years. I'm done staying quiet." My chest warms. "You in, Elsie?" She nods. "All the way, sister." After my shift, I hit Miss Janet's diner, where nurses hang out. Janet, a black nurse from another shift, sees me and says, "Rose, heard about Klein and Martin." "That's nonsense. What do you need?" I spill it: complaints, warnings, suspension. She slams her fist on the table. "I'm rallying the girls. They won't crush you." I get a hospital email: disciplinary hearing in 3 days for unprofessionalism. A trap. I call Linda, who says, "Church tomorrow, Rose. Pastor Green's on board." I thank her, but at home, staring at Tom's photo, fear hits. What if I let Linda, Elsie, Janet down? "Tom, give me strength," I whisper. His smile's my answer. This was the turning point. You won't believe what we unleashed next. Night before the hearing, I'm at Pastor Green's church, packed with allies. Linda brought patients, Elsie janitors, Janet nurses, even Mr. Jones, the patient I saved. Pastor stands tall. Rose Williams is our sister, fighting for our honor. We won't let the hospital break her. I look at these faces, my family, and fear fades. Janet says, "Rose, you taught us to stand tall. We're with you." Mr. Jones adds, "You saved my life, Rose." I'll tell everyone. My throat tightens, but I nod. We plan. I face the hearing. They protest outside the hospital. Elsie's bringing cleaners, Linda patients, Janet nurses. I leave, heart pounding, ready. But sleep's a no-go. I think of 92, passed over for head nurse because I was too pushy. Tom held me, my tears soaking his shirt. "They fear you, Rose," he said. I'm fighting for him now. Morning of the hearing, I'm in my best scrubs, Tom's bracelet glinting. The board room's cold: Davis, Martin, Klein, 3 board members, all white. Klein accuses me of rudeness, Martin of protocol breaches. I wait, Tom's strength in me. Davis asks, "Rose, your defense?" I stand, eyes locked. "You're wrong. I didn't disrespect, I saved lives while Klein scorned me for my skin. You let him crush us. Think suspending me hides the truth? You're in deep." Klein scoffs, "You're playing the race card." I smile, ice cold. "Race card? That's your game, Klein." Davis says they'll decide later. Outside, a roar, hundreds, signs up, "Rose is our nurse. Justice." My eyes burn, but I stand tall. This is our fight. This was the moment it all changed. Stay for the shock that came next. I'm outside the hospital, the crowd's chants like a pulse. Linda's waving a "Rose is our hero" sign. Pastor Green's voice booms through a megaphone. Janet and Elsie stand firm, eyes fierce. This ain't just a protest, it's a war cry. We're here, and we ain't leaving. I feel Tom's spirit, pushing me on. Back in the boardroom, Klein and Martin double down. Klein says the protest's my fault, stirring chaos. I laugh, sharp. Chaos? That's folks sick of your lies. Thought I was alone? Martin points. You're threatening the hospital, Williams. People like you always cause trouble. I step closer. Trouble? Saving lives is trouble? Say it, Martin. Davis tries to calm things, but it's too late. Mr. Lewis, a board member, says, "Stop, or we'll sue." I grin, Tom's fire in me. Sue me. My voice is louder than your lawyer's. I walk out, the crowd roaring. I grab the megaphone. This isn't just about me. It's our patience, our pride. We won't quit till they hear us. They erupt, Elsie hugging me, Linda shouting, "Rose, you're our woman." I shake my head. We're all in this. Klein's at the window, face pale. He knows he's losing. This wasn't just a stand. It was a revolution. See what we did next, Day after the protest, the hospital's buzzing like a hive. Nurses and patients look at me with hope, but the pressure's on. Davis calls me in, and it's an ambush: Klein, Martin, Lewis, and Miss Carter, a board member with icy eyes. Carter starts, "Rose, your protest caused disruption. We're considering termination." Disruption? I lean back, sarcasm thick. Disruption's letting Klein trash me for my skin. I'm just shining a light on your mess. Klein jumps up. You're manipulating staff. People like you always stir trouble. I smile, cold. Trouble? Keeping folks alive is trouble? Name it, Klein. He flushes, silent. Lewis adds, "You're hurting our reputation. Apologize, end the protests, we'll drop this." I laugh, bitter. Apologize for being black? For saving lives? Nah, you owe us an apology. Carter's lips tighten. You've made your choice. I walk out, the crowd outside doubled. Linda's serving coffee, Pastor's with reporters, Janet's holding a sign. They chant, "Rose." I know we're unstoppable. Asterisk, this was the breaking point. Stick around for the victory that shook them. Asterisk. I'm outside the hospital, the crowd's energy my heartbeat. I speak through the megaphone, but inside, I'm raw. Tom's words ring, "Truth's your strength, Rose." But truth's heavy. I'm not sleeping, worrying about Mr. Jones, my nurses, what happens if I fail. I think of 89, denied a promotion because I was too confrontational. Tom held me, my tears soaking him. They fear you, Rose, he said. Now, I'm fighting for him, but the weight's crushing. Night before, I was at church, packed with allies. Linda brought patients, Elsie cleaners, Janet nurses. Pastor said, "Rose fights for us. We're her strength." Janet stood. "Rose, you taught me to stand tall. We're with you." I found stats. Black nurses get twice the complaints as white ones for the same work. Elsie shared how Klein and others bullied black staff for years. I gave it to Miss Tina, a reporter, who promised a bombshell article. Klein posted online, whining I'm playing the race card, ruining the hospital. I laughed, but it stung. Davis called, pleading, "Rose, stop. We're losing trust." I said, "Trust? What about honor?" "Game over, Davis." Asterisk, this wasn't just a fight. It was an earthquake. See how we shook it up, asterisk. Morning of the hearing, I'm in my scrubs, Tom's bracelet glinting, humming Old Soul to steady myself. The crowd outside's massive, hundreds, signs high, chanting. Linda's passing out water, Pastor's on CNN, Janet's waving a banner. Elsie hugs me. "Rose, this is your stage." I'm ready, but heavy, carrying Tom, Mr. Jones, our dreams. In the boardroom, Davis, Martin, Klein, 3 board members stare like I'm on trial. Lewis lists charges: rudeness, chaos, breaches. I wait, Tom's strength in me. I stand. "You're wrong. I didn't disrespect, I saved lives while Klein scorned me for my skin." Stats don't lie, black nurses face more complaints. Think firing me hides that? You're in deep. Mr. Jones speaks, voice firm. "Rose saved me." Klein's lying. Janet adds, "Rose is our pride." Klein tries to argue, but the crowd's justice drowns him. Davis demands order, but she's shaken. She says, "We'll review. Protests must stop." I smile. They stop when you play fair. Asterisk, this was it. Stay for the triumph that changed everything, asterisk. Hearing's done, but the fight's not over. I step outside, the crowds roar like thunder. I grab the megaphone. We're fighting for our patients, our honor. We'll win. Cameras roll, Tina's article Nurse versus Racism drops, exposing stats, Klein's history. The town's on fire, the hospital sweating. Next day, a letter, warnings lifted, I'm reinstated. Klein's barred from complaints, Martin's reprimanded. But I want more. At church, it's packed, Pastor, Linda, Elsie, Janet, Mr. Jones. We form William's voice to protect nurses, push reform. Tina pledges coverage. Susan approaches, head down. Rose, I stayed quiet out of fear. Sorry. I nod. Speak now. A white patient, Mr. Smith, says, Rose, I was wrong. Thank you. Nurse Karen brings me coffee, whispering, you're right, Rose. Keep going. Small wins, stacking up. Klein's silent, but his glare lingers. He's not done, but neither am I. This wasn't the end. It was a new shift. See how we rewrote the rules, A month later, I'm in the wards, and it's different. Nurses speak freely, patients respect us. William's voice grows, anti-bias training, fair complaints, scholarships for black nurses. Linda hosts fundraisers, Pastor recruits allies, Karen's in. A patient hands me a card, Rose, our hero. I hold Tom's photo, whispering, we did it, baby. At Janet's diner, the crowd cheers. Janet hugs me. Rose, you changed the hospital. I shake my head. We did, Janet. I raise my water glass, toasting Tom, Mr. Jones, every soul who felt invisible. We're here, louder than ever. This ain't over. It's a legacy. Stay to see how we keep healing,